welcome to Let's Get Prepared. I'm Catherine, and today we're going to talk about emergency terminology. This is part 2 of the previous video on being informed. So there's several words and terms I'd like to talk about today. The first one is evacuation, or to evacuate. That means to leave or to move from somewhere dangerous to somewhere safe. When it comes to evacuation, there's 3 terms that could be used. There's an evacuation alert, which means that there's a threat out there. It hasn't come yet, and it might not, but it's there and it's a potential threat. So an alert is when we'd be packing up our car, we'd make sure we know where our pets are and our kids are, and we'd be calling our sister in Edmonton and saying, hey, can we come and stay with you for a little while? Got a bit of a problem here. An evacuation order or a mandatory evacuation, that's the time then when you get in your car and you go, it's time to leave. And then there's a rescind evacuation, which means the threat is gone and you can return home. This is when it'd be really important to be watching your phone for those instructions from our emergency alert system and to follow the instructions and do what we're asked to do. The second term I wanted to talk about today is shelter in place. So yeah, usually when there's an emergency, we'll be asked to either shelter in place or to evacuate. So shelter in place means to stay where you are if you're safe and don't leave. It's safer to just be where you are and not out and about. So that means stay at home, or if you're at work, stay at work, or if you're at school, stay at school. I imagine if it was safe to do so, if we're at work or school, it would be allowed to return home and then shelter there. But again, that's something that we would receive instructions for on our emergency alert systems. Now the schools have terminology, and I thought it would be important to talk about that as well, because in an emergency situation, we want to know, we want to understand what's going on, and we don't want misunderstandings that could make a situation worse. We had an incident a couple of months ago where our schools were put into hold and secure, and some people were calling it a lockdown. So I just wanted to go over those terms. They can be found on our division webpage, and I'll post the link below. I'm just going to read it to make sure I get it exactly right. A lockdown is a major incident or threat of school violence within the school or in relation to the school. So this is the most serious one. This is when the doors are locked and the lights are turned off and the blinds are lowered and people are hiding and silent. And the second one is hold and secure. This is used when it is necessary to secure the school due to an ongoing situation outside and not related to the school. For example, a bank robbery occurs near a school but not on school property, or there's a moose on the playground. So those are the main terms I wanted to talk about today. If you can think of any others, feel free to post them in the comments below. And I hope you'll join me next time on Let's Get Prepared.